Since leaving the room on May 11th, the Port of Belize Limited and its attorneys have remained silent on the progress of negotiations with waterfront workers. Both parties, as well as the Ministry of Labour, agreed to limit what would be said in public regarding a sugar redundancy package. Stevedores lost wages a few years ago when A.S.R. B.S.I relocated its export operations to Big Creek. On the other hand, the Port of Belize Limited contends that no one was laid off as a result of that loss of business.
On our position, regardless of what the C.W.U believes is their expectation, right, still remains the fact that we have made nobody redundant, right? Now, that as well carries on to two principles, right? At the end of the day, when the C.W.U took the decision to first create what was a go slow with the B.S.I sugar barges, right? That eventually led to the inefficiency and ineffectiveness that then caused these sugar barges to go down south. That in effect then caused losses to everybody, right? Specifically P.B.L, who bore those losses, right?
Ted Peralta is the Chief Executive Officer at Port of Belize Limited. The labor dispute between waterfront workers and their employer predates his leadership of the company. Nonetheless, he shares the following information after an analysis of annual salaries.
On average, our employees used to make $33,518, right? In 2022 alone, when the barge went away, they're still making $33,058, right? So the disparity of where the loss is up for debate. But at the end of the day, it still remains at P.B.L to observe those losses, right? And these are just our gang members, right? Or second or substitutes who used to work the barges more, right? They went from making $12,000 to $25,000 now.
Setting aside the issue of yearly income, the compensation that stevedores are seeking follows a ruling by the Essential Services Arbitration Tribunal. That decision specifies that they are to be paid by P.B.L for the loss of wages. Getting them to comply with the judgment has been a challenge for the Christian Workers Union.
We are very concerned about how this matter, the A.S.R ruling, is going to be backed up. We can't look for any other choice at this point in time except to go to our members, to lay out the matter in front of them and have them give us a consensus marching order, because that is where we are now.
What about the company? In the face of the decision given by the Essential Services Arbitration Tribunal, P.B.L maintains its unwavering position on the matter. No one was dismissed from work.
At this point in time, I cannot say that we are at that point that we have some form of compensation, right? At the end of the day, like I said, we strongly believe that our position is that nobody was made redundant. So there's no need or no necessity for any payout in that regards, because our employees continue working at the same level they were working without any issue.
Last week, the C.W.U broke its silence.
We only come forward to speak because now our commitment to sit around a table and negotiate has been treated with great disdain, has been treated with disrespect. No willingness to legitimately resolve these issues. And so it's a part of our responsibility to come now to the public to say this is where we are on this matter.
But is Port of Belize Limited purposely ignoring the tribunal's ruling? According to Peralta, P.B.L is unwilling to yield simply because the stevedores have transitioned to other aspects of waterfront work without losing money.
We obviously cannot agree to what they're asking for, because at the end of the day, the sugar redundancy, right, is based on the definition of redundancy, when there is no redundancy that has been undertaken. Because these same employees that used to work sugar move into barge, and as I previously explained, these guys are earning the same as was from previous years in 2022.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.